the games happened on Thursday night. We had one, two, three, four. We had 7 games. Let's get into it. The first game is the Bulls beating the Charlotte Hornets. Bulls, you should have streamed, picked up if you want to stream Bulls guys before Thursday. They have 3 games in the next 4 days. Daniel Thaddeus Young, I was saying that if Vucevic ends up not playing, for sure you could stream both of them. Vucevic end up, he did play. They have nothing to play for next season for chemistry reasons because they're 3.5 games out of the 10th seed, and there is how many games? Like 5 or 6 games. So mathematically they're still not out, but realistically they are. A great win for them either way. Vucevic had a huge game. I don't know. By the time next week, if they're mathematically out the last 2-3 games, are they gonna play guys having high minutes? I don't know. So you may not get production out of those guys in the last 2-3 games. Zach LaVine came back and Kobe White still started. I think with Zach LaVine back, Kobe White for sure you could stream him until Sunday, but just don't expect him to go off because with Zach LaVine it would just be much harder with Zach LaVine playing. Daniel Thaddeus and Thaddeus have both played really, really well. Filled up the box sheet for both guys and Thaddeus. And what is going on? He played 20 minutes, had 8 assists. So if you play 35, that's like 12, 13, 14 assists. Thaddeus Young this year is so weird. The minutes is pretty low for him, but every single game he does this. He does a bit of everything. If you already have him on your team, they still have 2 more games this week, so you could roster him. He gave you multiple categories. For the Charlotte Hornets, Jalen McDaniels, pretty high minutes, 31 minutes. I think because Miles Bridges is going to be out for a while. So him, Caleb Martin, sure, Malik Monk, I think all 3 guys could be streamed. Let's look at their schedule. Do they have? Yeah, they also have a back-to-back Thursday, Friday, and another game on Sunday. So the best idea is probably stream them before Thursday, but it's not too late if you want to grab Jalen McDaniels. I think the minutes going to be super high. 32 minutes, still in 2 blocks. He doesn't really, mainly the defensive stats. I think in terms of the other counting stats won't be so good. 1 steal, 2 blocks, 9 points. PJ Washington, if he's out there on the waiver wire, sure you could pick him up. Check his status if he's gonna play back to back. They still have 2 more games this week. If you want a big guy that can shoot 3, 6 for 8 from the 3-point line, can give you a bunch of defensive stats and rebound. The efficiency could be rough. Bismack Biyombo started, played 18 minutes. You could always stream him for rebound and block, but his minutes is inconsistent. I think there were just safer and better options out there than Bismack Biyombo. Terry Rozier, this game was everybody's minutes was quite low because it was a blowout. Terry Rozier, 3 steals is really good, 8 rebound, and 12 struggle from the field again. This is more of the Terry Rozier we know, like a 41-42% shooter. But he's making a lot of threes. He's scoring 20 points. Should be a top 60, 70 guy. LaMelo Ball really struggled. 24 minutes, still had 9 assists and 4 rebounds, but struggled pretty hard. 1 for 10 from the field against the Bulls. Just a bad night for him. He's obviously still on my roster. The next game, the Wizards. The game went to overtime, beating the Toronto Raptors. Bradley Beal trying to go for the scoring title, but I think he needs to do more. 28 points, only 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Played okay, no defensive stats. He hasn't been like a top 10, top 15 guy in the last 45th ranked player in the last month. Averaging 30 points, that's fine. But turning the ball over at 3.7 turnovers a game, the efficiency is okay. And just the rebound, the threes, only 2 threes. You want to see him hitting 3 threes, and it honestly looked fine. But I think with Russell Westbrook around, it's hard to get a lot of rebound and an assist. He needs to get more defensive stats to be a top 20 or 15 guy in the last month or so. But this is fine, and as long as he's healthy, he plays every single game. Really can't complain too much. Raw Neto went off 25 points and played. Look at the minutes. He played 38 minutes. Wizards do how much? Let me just look at the Wizards schedule. Yeah, they also have a back-to-back. They had a back-to-back Wednesday to Thursday. So if you were streaming Raw Neto for mainly defensive stats, you could drop him Saturday and stream somebody else. But he's a guy that been getting a lot of steals. This game he really went off. 5 threes, 25 points. And Russell Westbrook again, bad efficiency everywhere. 7 turnovers, 17 rebounds, 17 assists, and 13 points, and a steal. So we know if you I don't hate drafting Russell Westbrook in the end of second or early third next year. I don't hate the idea, but you gotta have the right team build. I think you want to stack him with Giannis. You could stack him with maybe Zion Williamson, right? Those are the two guys. But if you don't have, if you're not pounding free throws, I just wouldn't touch him. I'll let somebody else, unless he falls all the way to the fourth or fifth round. Then if he falls to the fourth, then I'll grab him. Fuck it, I'll just stop pounding free throws. But it's something to think about. Daniel Gafford played 15 minutes, had 3 blocks, 3 rebounds, nothing else. You could, if you want to, you could still stream him for Saturday for big man stats. This game obviously a bad game. He still gave us 3 blocks. But dropping him after Saturday for sure. Davis Bertans had 3 threes and played 35 minutes. He's only a 3-point streamer, and Rui Hachimura was out this game. But for the Wizards, Beal and Russell Westbrook, everybody else is won't be good fantasy guys. I can't see Daniel Gafford be a really good one if he plays 25 to 30 minutes, catching lobs, catching passes from Russell Westbrook, play defense and block shots. But I didn't talk about the Raptors. Oops. For the Raptors, they're out. I think Fred VanVleet, guys like Fred VanVleet, Kyle Lowry, they're gonna miss some games next week, which won't be good. I think Kyle Lowry missed the game again. They have 4 games actually next week. They have a back-to-back. I don't think Kyle Lowry play all the games. And same thing with Fred VanVleet. This game went to overtime. Stanley Johnson, let's not worry about him. He fouled out. Didn't do anything in 30 minutes. Pascal Siakam went off. Just another monster game. 44 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and steal. Siakam is a guy, his ranking won't be so good because he offers us good points, rebound, assists. So, in points leagues, I feel like he's much better. In caliber leagues, his stats looks okay, but he doesn't offer that many defensive stats. And his efficiency, is not good. For a guy who's attempting a lot of shots inside the paint, feel like he could do better. 52nd ranked player, averaging 24 points, which is fine. 7 rebounds, okay. 4 assists, 1.2 steals and 0.8 blocks is honestly great. 47% from the field, and 1.6 threes. If he needs to, and 3.3 turnovers is a bit high, but he needs to, in order for him to be top 30 guy or top 25 guy, he needs to be more efficient. I think that's one area where Siakam could realistically improve on. Cam Birch, great. 9 rebound, 1 steal, 4 blocks, 17 points. Just a great game for Cam Birch. He's really efficient, grab a lot of rebounds and give us defensive stats. We know Raptors, they don't have a good they don't have a good schedule for this week. But if you got those guys, you should just hold on to them till Saturday and then make another drop, and drop off them after Saturday. That'll be their last game. Gary Trent Jr. somehow played 36 minutes. It was weird. The guy was getting huge minutes going off, and then everybody came back and he started playing 50 minutes. Now this game he played 36. Had 25 points. Pretty good, 5 threes. But I wouldn't stream him next game. God knows how many minutes he's going to play with Kyle Lowry around. Fred VanVleet played 44 minutes. Took 25 shots. He really tried. 22 points. He's been really underwhelming since the All-Star break. But if you're pounding field goals, should still be fine. He's a guy that you could take and early third, probably, or late third. I wouldn't take him second or late second, because I got punt field goal. If you punt a field goal, like sure, don't hate the idea of grabbing in early. For the next game, the Brooklyn Nets losing to the Dallas Mavericks again. Do they really need Harden? Without Harden, their record this year has been really bad. They were around 500 when they got Harden, and Harden has been out. This is their fourth loss. They lost to Milwaukee. They lost to good teams. They lost to Milwaukee Bucks twice. They lost to Dallas Mavericks, but it seems like they need Harden to win games in the regular season. Kevin Durant struggled, 7 for 21. I think him playing high minutes like this, I don't know. Maybe he's also not 100%. In and out of the lineup all season. Came back, played 40 minutes the other night. Is this a back-to-back for them? This is not a back-to-back. They have another game Saturday, so be ready to drop all the Nets guys after Saturday. KD had an okay game. We just talked about him. Joe Harris made 2 threes. Not much to talk about. Blake Griffin played 27 minutes, but I really wouldn't stream this guy. Minutes is up and down, and when he plays, he give us a little bit of rebound and assist. Nothing else. So, but if you need those, sure. But I just don't know if he will play 25 minutes a night consistently. Landry Shamet played horrible. Kyrie Irving played great. Had 45 points. Man, Kyrie has been so good. 4 steals and 2 blocks. Fantasy-wise, 5 rebounds, 4 assists with Harden out. Another monster game, hit 7 threes. He's helping you win. After this game, he's helping people winning leagues. 4 steals and 2 blocks. Really scary stuff from Kyrie. Bruce Brown got 23 minutes, but with KD around, don't expect him to get huge minutes. And Jeff Green, I think Jeff Green is not worth rostering anymore. His minutes is up and down, and not worth rostering. And he doesn't really give you anything other than efficiency. Yeah, the minutes now is not even that much. DeAndre Jordan just didn't play, and while Nicholas Claxton got 8. What the? He played 18 minutes and 16 seconds. That's got to be a glitch. Had 8 rebounds and a steal, nothing else. I wouldn't touch him either. For the Dallas Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr. Continues to shoot the ball incredibly well. He went off at 36. He hit at 10 threes the other night. Great stuff, and they have a back-to-back. So for sure, if you are streaming Tim Hardaway Jr. so far this week, you're very, very happy with his production. Had 23 points, give you the points and 4 threes, 6 rebounds. Good stuff. Dorian Finney-Smith, high minutes, 17 points, no defensive stats. He's a guy that you could stream for some threes and rebound and hoping for some defensive stats. It's too late to stream him now, I think. Should probably stream Mavericks guys on Tuesday, because they have 3 games, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday games, and you could drop them after Friday if you don't need the guy's production. But now it's too late. They only have 2 games left. You have to use one acquisition to get that one guy. So that's not the best. And all the Mavericks guys are not too exciting. The minutes is high, but inconsistent. We know. Willie Cauley-Stein started 8 rebounds, 1 steal, 2 blocks. The Mavericks big man. Willie Cauley-Stein, Dwight Powell. Unless they have a back-to-back, I really wouldn't stream them. They're very inconsistent. The minutes, the production. Just I don't want to take the risk. I feel like they're like better options out there. Josh Richardson had 3 steals, 2 threes, nothing else. Again, you wanted to stream him on Tuesday, not after yesterday. Luka struggled offensively, but hit 5 threes. Again, 5 for 10 from the free throw line. What is this, Luka? Luka needs to work on his free throws, but he's a guy that I don't want to take. I don't want him anywhere in the first round. Early second, I was start thinking it's a trade-off. Like, you could take guys like Kyrie, realistically, early second, like 13th, 14th pick. Like, just guys that per game wise way better than Luka in fantasy, but they're gonna miss games. Or you want Luka, but you gotta punt free throws. Actually, have Luka and Russell Westbrook. That would be a great idea. You could get Luka Doncic maybe at early mid second round. Oh, actually, Luka, I don't see it. I think people are probably gonna take Luka first round. So then, fine, let them take Luka first round. You know, but if you early second Luka is still around, I would for sure would take Luka and try to get Russell Westbrook. Just pound free those. You'll be fine. You're gonna win rebound assists pretty much every matchup if you got Luka and Russell Westbrook. Just no, unless like the team is like full big man team, then you're gonna lose obviously in that case. But you know, the free throw is gonna be an issue. Everything else looks great. 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals, 6 turnovers, and 24 points. Let's go to the next game, Detroit Pistons. The team that have 5 games this week. They still got 2 more games, another back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. For the Grizzlies, it's a bad loss. They're trying to, the Warriors, they surpassed the Grizzlies. So now, if things stay where they are, Grizzlies got to win 2 games. And who knows, Lakers might be the 7th seed. I will be happy if Lakers out of the playoffs. The 7th or 8th seed and lose the playing tournament, lose 2 games. But yeah, like the Western Conference, 7th and 8th seed teams are good. Either the Lakers, the Trailblazers, who knows, the Mavericks, the Warriors. Like those teams are really good. Mavericks they are 8-2. Same thing with Nuggets. Had that late season push. Dylan Brooks, 9 points and a steal. Missed all his. He took 7 threes, missed all of them. Has been rough. Dylan Brooks has been rough, in the last month. 162nd ranked player. 18 points, that's still good, 2 threes. But the steal number, the defensive stats are falling off. Only 0.8 steals and 0.3 blocks. For the whole season, he's averaging 1.3, 1.2 steals, which is great. We know he's a bad field goal guy. He doesn't really grab rebound and assist. But if he's not going to give us the steals, that makes a little bit hard to hold on to him. For the Grizzlies, let's see. I think maybe you could for sure drop him if you don't need points. They have another game on Saturday, but only 1 game left. In 3 days, you could stream somebody else to get the categories you need. Really, at this point, he's really just giving you the points. And but he only had 1 game, so I'll be okay dropping him. Kyle Anderson, again, they only have 1 game. If you don't like what Kyle Anderson is giving you, you could drop him, or you drop him Saturday. Either way. 7 points, 5 assists, and 1 3. Didn't play the best. And the minutes is low. Valanciunas played 31 minutes, great game, 2 blocks. In the last month, his ranking is pretty good. That's what happens when 11th ranked player. 18 points, not too crazy. 12 rebounds, yes, he can do that. It's the 1.5. It's the 1.3 blocks, which is okay. Like he could definitely do that. 1.3 blocks, and for the whole season, he's pretty underwhelming the block department. But most importantly, 65% from the field on 12 attempts. Right, that's his best category, and he doesn't turn the ball over. 1.2 turnovers. If you have an efficient team, as a big man, his free throw is okay. So for sure, he's a guy you want to draft next year. So Ja Morant, 20 points, had 4 threes. Didn't do much. Another pretty underwhelming game for Morant. His counting stat looked really good, but guess where he is in category leagues in the last month? 151st ranked player in the last month. We know if we just look at the month, a lot of guys that play like 4 games, 5 games ahead of him. But either way, that just tells you he's just not a good fantasy guy. A much better player in real life and probably points league. But in category leagues, not so much. And I really wouldn't draft him anywhere in the top 50. Right? But he does give us good points and assists, which is hard to find later in the round. But doesn't really offer a lot of, other than that, doesn't really offer much. Jaren Jackson Jr. came off the bench. He will continue to do so. Had 4 steals. That's interesting. 3 threes. 6 for 7, okay game. I don't, they have 1 more game, so sure, he's going to play the next game. If you need blocks and threes, Sure, I would hold on to him and drop him Saturday. For Detroit Pistons, Sadiq Bey played 39 minutes, but only took 7 shots, hit 3 threes, 5 rebounds. But 5 games of this production is okay, like perfectly fine. He'll give us 15 threes for the week. Really, really good. The minutes is super high. Isaiah Stewart, another great one. If you got Isaiah Stewart, he could realistically help you win the blocks, the rebound, right? Those two categories, a huge boost. Having 5 games of him, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks. 3 blocks is really good. He took 5 threes, so he's a guy that's not, if he's open, he's not shy taking those threes. It'll be interesting to see what happens next year. Like if he's starting, he could have top 50, 60 potential. It depends on who Detroit gets, but if Mason Plumlee is out of the way, then they have to give him high minutes. He could be a Jared Allen type of guy. Frank Jackson, 31 minutes. Not interesting like Detroit guards because they do have a back-to-back Saturday and Sunday, but I prefer to stream Killian Hayes probably over. Killian Hayes missed this game. That's interesting. Jeremy Grant is out as well. Jeremy Grant, you probably should have dropped him a long time ago. But if you got an IR, sure, doesn't really hurt. Guards are out, so Frank Jackson got a lot of minutes, but I expect Killian Hayes to play. Why did Killian Hayes not play? He's not ranked, so I'll check on his status later. But Corey Joseph, if Killian Hayes ends up missing Saturday, Sunday, Corey Joseph is the guy that I want to stream for assists and steals. Man, when Corey Joseph was on the Kings or on the Pacers, he never put up lines like this. He will play 35 minutes and give you 4 assists for rebound and 7 points. But 11 assists, 3 steals and a block. On a bad team, he's really going off. I don't know what is going on. But 58th ranked player, but he only played 9 games. Is he going to play Saturday? Who knows? I would just check the status for Detroit guys. And, if Killian Hayes ends up missing it, for sure, I got to grab Corey Joseph. He could pop off again. Wayne Allenton played. Don't know what's going on. These guys just in and out of the lineup. If you have some injuries, sure. But I would not stream him at all. Don't know what's going to happen with the minutes. The next game, the Atlanta Hawks losing to the Indiana Pacers. It's a big win for them. For the Pacers. These guys are already in the playoffs. But now it's all about seeding. Same thing with the Atlanta Hawks. They are trying to be the 4th or 5th seed. They can avoid a top team in the first round. And by the way, Atlanta Hawks, it's Thursday. They don't have any more games, so drop all of them if this is your last week. Say goodbye to Trae Young, Capella, Bogdanovic, John Collins. All those guys play their heart out for you all season, so it's time to drop. 25 points for John Collins. Last game, pretty good, to be honest. Good efficiency, one steal, 1 block. But don't draft this guy too early next year. He could still be a top 50 guy, efficient big man, but counting stats wise, with Click Capella around, I just don't see him getting all those blocks and rebound, having to play for the power forward. Click Capella, 9 rebound, a steal, 10 points, and okay, but for sure could move on from him. Because he doesn't have any more games. Bogdanovic, keep it going, hit 6 threes, 28 points. He's been so good, top 50, 40, 30 guy in the last month. This is the guy we envisioned him to be when we drafted him. Obviously, if DeAndre Hunter is around, if Cam Reddish was play 30 minutes, who knows if he's going to get this level of opportunity. But they have a lot of injuries, and he's playing really well. 38 minutes again. Good stuff from him. Trae Young. But this guy, I don't think I want to stream him that early next season. Maybe when we get to 120, 110. At least, for sure, top outside of 100. Because what happens when DeAndre Hunter comes back? They still have a lot of weapons. And Cam Reddish is still out as well. Trae Young, great. 30 points, 10 assists, 8 for 8 from the free throw line and a block. Good game from Trae. And for the Pacers, they still have... For the Pacers, they got 5 games next week. Obviously, if you get Atlanta Hawks guy, they have 4 more games next week, so don't drop them. Obviously, if the last week is next week is the last week. For the Pacers, they still got 2 more games this week. The best idea. Sorry, they got 1 game. The best idea is to stream them Wednesday. But if you got some guys, you could drop them after Saturday. McDermott still give you the points, and that's it. Don't really want to stream him. O'Shea Brissett, his minutes has been really really low, around 25 minutes. Still give us 8 rebounds and 2 steals. He could give us good rebound and defensive stats. So if you need those, you could keep him Saturday, save that acquisition, and stream somebody else on Sunday. Don't hate that idea. Sabonis, huge minutes, great win, 41 minutes, man. And Caris LeVert also played 40 minutes. Malcolm Brogdon's still out. We don't know. He's questionable. He was questionable coming to this game. He's going to be questionable again for Saturday. But realistically, I could probably judge. If this is my last week, I probably dropped him earlier this week. And they got 5 games. I don't know if Brogdon's going to play all 5. He might just miss 2 games. So that really sucks. So you got to pick up guys like TJ McConnell, right? TJ McConnell, okay, we'll get to him. Sabonis is great. 12 for 14, just doesn't miss shots from the field. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and a steal. Good stuff. And remember, they have 5 games coming up next week. Caris LeVert also, a huge game. Efficiency has been good. Let's look at LeVert's ranking. 36 round player, really, really good. I thought he's going to be, just a guy that's just going to be bad efficiency and counting stats wise, not going to be put up huge counting stats. But with Brogdon out, he took 20 shots. Really good. And mainly 1.3 steals and 1.2 blocks, averaging 23 points. Really, really good stuff. His steal numbers has been pretty good. We know he can do that. 2 steals and 3 blocks. Can't say enough about this guy. If this guy somehow is on the waiver wire next week, a must roster guy, 5 games. TJ McConnell also played really well. 25 points, 25 minutes, 19 points, 4 steals, 5 assists. What else can you say about TJ? Next week, must roster guy. If you need assists and steals, he could help you win the league. If next week is your last week, or you have 2-week matchups. Justin Holiday, 23 minutes. Yeah, at this point, he only played 18 minutes the other night, so I don't feel safe streaming him. McDermott he's been starting and getting a lot of minutes. Aaron Holiday is interesting. He played 31 minutes, played pretty well. Next week, 5 games, I would also be looking to stream him. Given how he's playing lately. The next game, the Warriors beating Oklahoma City. No surprise there. Isaiah Roby. Okay, say they still got 2 more games, so you probably wanted to stream them before today. Yeah, they have a back-to-back Saturday and Sunday, so it's not too late. You could drop some guys after Friday if that's their last game of the week, and stream Oklahoma guys Saturday and Sunday. But all the guys' efficiency is rough, all of them. Isaiah Roby played 24 minutes, didn't do anything. But if you need on rebound and defensive stats, you could look for him Saturday and Sunday. Hopefully he pop off, give you 3 steals and 3 blocks. And he could do that. Darius Bazley, 7 for 19. He's just not a good NBA guy at this point. 22 points, we know. But at the moment, he's giving us good points and rebound. But his rankings in category leagues is horrific, really, really bad. But you don't care about the efficiency, sure. Saturday, Sunday would be a good stream. Moses Brown, if you want rebound and blocks, sure. Lou Dort only played 21 minutes. Was in some foul trouble. I don't know. Saturday, Sunday, he might miss 1 game. So I probably don't want to touch Lou Dort. Theo Maledon continues to shoot bad from the field. But 8 steals, 8 assists and 2 steals is good. At least this game. If you want some assists, you could stream him Saturday and Sunday. But just keep your expectations low to see if there's better options out there. I feel like there will be. But consider they have a back-to-back. You probably, if you use one acquisition to get more games out of somebody, he's probably the best option when Saturday and Sunday comes around. For the Warriors, easy win. Andrew Wiggins, bad efficiency, but 18 points. The Warriors, they have a game Saturday, so Even if you got Curry, number one guy, you gotta drop him. Draymond, did not have the best line, 9 rebound, 9 assists, and a block, but okay. Ken Bazemore did not give us defensive stats, so be sure to drop him after Saturday. If you don't care about defensive stats, you could drop him now and stream some other guy to get, if you need rebounds, sure. Like drop him for someone else. Kevon Looney, 10 rebound. He's been underwhelming all season. I thought, with Wiseman out, we could probably stream him or have him on your team for some big man and defensive stats, but he hasn't given us that production. Curry, great, 34 points again. Him and Beal is going to come down to the wire, but so far he's been doing better than Beal. 34 points again, 6 threes, really, really good stuff from Curry. I was worried that, because when he was out for like a week, I thought like Warriors, they're at a crossroad, they could just punt the season out again because realistically they're not going to win. But, it's good that they're trying to win and make the playoffs, see what happens in the playoffs. Who knows, if every team they play, the best player is out, which could happen, at this point. Maybe they go deeper. Last game of the night, the Lakers, LeBron is out, and Anthony Davis got hurt again. But he said he would play today, so I guess it's not too serious. But without AD and LeBron, Lakers didn't really put up a fight. Kyle Kuzma, 25 points. Just really low end values. Lakers, it's a back-to-back for them. They still have 2 more games this week. So, but nobody is that interesting. Like Kyle Kuzma maybe give us some rebounding points, but not too exciting. This game obviously really good. 25 points, 2 steals and a block. Andre Drummond, 23 minutes, only grabbed 6 rebounds. Next season, Drummond, we don't know if he's gonna sign with the Lakers, but he has not been good, on the Lakers. This game, 22 minutes, only 6 rebounds, a steal and a block. But if you need rebound, I don't know. He has not been good, in the last month. Where's Andre? 100 ranked player. 10 rebound, which is fine. 1.5 steals and 0.9 blocks. Sure, like he's still giving us rebound and defensive stats. If you need those, like you could continue to have him till Sunday. But again, if you need assist and you need threes, you need points, you need free throws, you can move on from him, right? Like he's giving us good rebound, and some obviously 1.5 steals is also good. But if you don't need the rebound, maybe it's considered to move on from him. If you don't need the rebound and blocks, you could drop him. And from Friday to Sunday in your championship week, he's the guy you could drop, right? I think we know that. Not much to talk about Lakers. All the guys playing around 20 minutes, not doing anything. Montrezl Harrell is the guy that don't draft him next year. Just don't draft him. On the Clippers, he was good. Coming off the bench, really last year he wasn't really good because he had to split minutes with who he had to split minutes with. I forgot, but last year he wasn't so good either. Really, it's just 1 year where him and Lou Will both came off the bench, played 25 to 30 minutes, but has not been good since. For the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard is playing. That's all you want. Pretty underwhelming for Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, this game, how hard is he really trying? Really wasn't a blow. It was a blowout. Still played 30 minutes, but most importantly, no steals for Kawhi Leonard. 79th ranked player. In the last month, he played 6 games, average 0.2 steals. So he had 1 steal in 6 games. Steal is probably his best category. But yeah, that's kind of worrying. And like I said, the Clippers, they don't have a good schedule. It sucks that they have another game on Sunday, so you can't really drop Kawhi Leonard or Paul George early to stream more guys. They're too good to drop too good to drop. So you gotta hold them. They do have full games next week. Have a back-to-back Thursday and Friday, so next week is your last week. But I think realistically, Paul George might miss one game and Kawhi might miss one game. Clippers really, they don't have a good playoff schedule. They had 3 games this week. I think they also had 3 games last week, and they had 3 games before that. Yeah, not good. Yeah, it's like 3 weeks. They have three games. Marcus Morris, not. Clipper guys, you could drop all of them. Other than Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, because they only have 1 game on Sunday, and none of the guys give you good enough production, so you need to drop them. Stream the spot. Zubac, I thought he's gonna be good. Again, pretty disappointing. 8 rebound is fine, but just not doing enough in the other areas. If you want efficiency and rebound, maybe you could, you could drop other guys. Depending on how many acquisitions you have. Efficiency is different from the counting stats. It's not like your efficiency gets better if you just stream a bunch of guys. It's hard to find efficient guys like Zubac on the waiver wire. So if you really need those, you could keep him till Sunday. See what happens. Drop some of the guys with bad efficiency for sure. Paul George, great, 24 points. Paul George has been good in the last month. I think next year, 21st ranked player, averaging 27 points, but a lot of it is without Kawhi Leonard. But I think next year, I don't want to draft him in the top 15. Like early second round, I'd probably take him late second, is what I'm going to do. Because he's not exactly healthy, right? He missed a lot of games this season as well. And his steal numbers, consider he's not going to be the guy that's going to lead the league in steals. Like if he's a 1.8, 1.9 guy, sure, I would draft him in end of first. No problem. But he has not been that guy. And he's in and out of the lineup. Yeah. But he's a top 20 guy regardless on a per game basis, for sure. Maybe top 15, top 17, 18. But a guy like Jason Tatum, probably per game wise is worse than Paul George, but he plays more games. So I prefer Jason Tatum over him. Especially for next season. That's it for all the games. I will see you guys tomorrow.